as you guys see, we're not in our normal spot here. The phone's going to be flipping around in a bunch of different places until we get a nice spot for the future. I'll have to buy something to put my phone on, and we'll go from there. All right. So if you're tuning in today, today's our first ever episode, our first ever trial, our first ever attempt at what we're going to call a little talk show, solo talk show, podcast style, just chatting feature, right? But welcome to the Daily Spire, where I will talk to you guys about anything and everything that relates to me or relates to you guys, and it'll always be on my daily commute to college. It's about 30 minutes long, not too long, not too short, so it'll be just the right amount of time to talk about something that's interesting. So today's topic, I thought of this in the shower this morning. Most of the time that's when I'll think about these topics, because it's way too early for this. But anyways, the topic for this morning is skins in video games. Now, when I say skins, I mean any skin, any cosmetic that you see in video games. I don't think I'll really bridge the gap and talk about like emotes or sprays. They are purchasable. They kind of have the same quality as skins do. But I'm more talking like, you play a game like CSGO, you play a game like League of Legends, and these type of big games. There's like smaller games with little battle passes that also contain skins. And I've always wanted to kind of just talk and just spew out stuff that I know and stuff that I've thought of when I before I really purchase a skin. And not much thought goes there. It's kind of just, wow, I'd love to have this and show it off to my friends, right? And that's what most people think. Back to our topic. Skins in video games. Now, when exactly did these come to be? Now, I've had a few thoughts. I haven't really done too much research. I kind of just like to talk about my own knowledge and what I know. So, with my experience in skins, I've been buying skins since, probably 2009, maybe 2009, 10. Whenever, maybe 11. Whenever I actually started getting on games and playing certain video games. Now, skins in video games. I would go on to say that skins in video games are really anything, like what qualifies a skin in a video game. Well, you have a game maybe like World of Warcraft, where you have cosmetics, but they're not all really purchasable with real money. You can buy them in game. And I don't know if I would call those exactly skins. They kind of act that way now. But I'm more talking about what's actually called skins. So I've been purchasing skins, since like I said, like 2010-ish, 2011. And these skins come from stuff like Team Fortress 2, like the beginning skins. Team Fortress 2, CSGO. I didn't really play any CS Source, so I don't know if they had skins. I don't think they did. Call of Duty, probably one of the older titles that had skins. And they didn't have the purchase, in-game shop purchasable skins like they do now. It was more, multiplayer. You grind something, you get skins for X amount of kills, X amount of search and destroy things, X amount of, whatever you're doing. There's like headshots. I know there's knives. There's all kinds of different things for Call of Duty. And that's, I think, always been a very good way to implement skins in games, right? Now our casual way to implement that we get skins in games is through just a store, a shop. You go into the shop, you look for something that you like, and you buy it. There's not much value to that skin. Once you do that, like, say there's a limited time skin, you buy it, you keep it. where's the value? You know, X amount of people are going to have it because they bought it. It's not like they were good at the game. They just had some money at the time and purchased the skin, right? Now, having the knowledge that it's never going to be around again, like a skin that's rare, I just keep thinking about the Valorant skins that are out right now. Any of those champion skins, there's stuff like that. There's even League of Legends skins that come out, Victoria skins, the Legacy skins. Those are typically re-released, and I wouldn't doubt that these Valorant ones might be re-released too, because there is no value attached to them other than their price tag, if that makes sense, right? And so I've always thought, you know, why do we purchase these skins? Why do we love to get these skins? And I think it's one of two things, or both. It can very well be both. One, you like the skin, you like how it looks, like how it acts, how it sounds, right? And two, you just want to show it off to your friends. You can be like, look what I just got, and everyone's like, whoa, for like, 5 seconds. They glorify the skin you bought. They want to use it real quick, or they want to see it in action, right? And then that's it. But anyways, yeah, so you have these two different reasons of why to buy these skins. And I think that you wanting it kind of, oversees what a friend might think. Some people don't have friends. But most people will buy a skin so they can kind of show it off. If not to your friends, and to at least other people they're playing against. And I know it's always been a controversial thing with skins. X amount of skins, or one skin is worth this much money. And you're like, dang, why is it so much money? Well, it's typically to pay for the cost that the developers put into it. Because, you typically know how many people are going to buy a more expensive skin. Typically, people don't buy the in my opinion, I don't think people buy the more expensive skins that come out unless they look really, really cool. But if you have a cooler, cheaper looking skin, more people are going to buy it, obviously. A good example of this, in my opinion, again, all this is in my opinion, but Fortnite skins. Why do I have my blinker on? I'm going straight. Fortnite skins have, for the most part, always been pretty affordable, right? Now, typically you'll see them in bundles where, you'll have the skin attached, but the skin will only be like $10, and everything else in the bundle kind of just adds onto it. Then the bundle ends up being like $25 for like a skin, an emote, some stickers, whatever. With that being said, those skins are affordable for the right audience, right? You gotta also think about who they're aiming for. Fortnite's probably aiming for children, right? Probably. I know it's not always the case who plays them, who plays Fortnite, but younger kids will have a better chance to buy these skins because that's just how it is, right? Kids don't have money, and they get their money from their parents, and their parents would rather spend $10 than $20, $30, $40. All right, back to the topic. Yeah, so the audience is another thing to talk about, right? So the audience of Fortnite, young kids, okay? Younger kids, probably more in their teens than anything. Audience of Call of Duty, old people. No, not that old. Maybe mid-20s, early 20s. There are plenty of teens that still play the game and still, love skins, but this is what I think. So you see Call of Duty bundles, Call of Duty skins, which actually, I think these days really only come in bundles. You'll see those priced at a substantially higher price than some game like Fortnite. You can also add on to a game like Valorant, where those skins are a set price. Typically, the most expensive skin on there is going to be $50 for just one skin, $50-$60 in between there. And those audiences are not the same audience as Fortnite, in my opinion. Valorant's probably closer to the Fortnite audience, but those skins are pricey, right? Like one cool skin is probably around $25, $20-$25. if you want the skin. It's going to be probably $20. It's like $17.75, I think, for most of the red quality skins. But you have these games, right? And then you have a game where the skins have an actual value other than what the developer puts on it. Now I'm talking about CSGO, right? I'm talking about Team Fortress 2. That one, not as much anymore. I believe it was kind of bigger. And I thought CSGO was bigger, but it seems to be even bigger now, especially in skin prices. Those prices just seem to just keep going up. All right. Do I think it's less people playing the game? No, I don't. I think it's same, if not more people. Ever since it became free to play, I think more people have been adding onto it, just having it in their library as something to kind of hop on and play casually. I think there are those people who play it pretty seriously. And the thing is, it's a mix of people who buy the skins because they have the gambling option in that game of buying a case and hoping the best for $2.50 plus tax. Plus you need the case. So it's really around $3. Sometimes even $4, depending on what case you want. Just for basically a lottery ticket. Right? And so you go into CSGO, you log in, right? And you don't see any skins really in the game until you get to the marketplace. And then you start to see the prices of these skins. You can't go on the CSGO and buy a skin. You have to go to the marketplace and find someone selling that skin that you want, and then essentially buy it from them. In your mind, you'll think you're just buying it from the market, but yes, someone else is. You obviously know that someone else is selling it for a price, right? Now, some skins, look like trash and will cost like trash. They'll cost nothing, like little to nothing. They will cost. And some skins will cost you a couple months worth of rent, depending on what skin you truly want. And that's why people go and do this gambling, do the cases, right? Because they hope and pray that one day they'll spend $50 and then make 1,000 of it back. Now, my other thing is typically it just comes out to be Steam wallet money, right? So money you put on Steam, right? And you get it from there. You can only use it on Steam. And then the higher, you could get a crazy, nuts looking skin, typically a knife skin. And you could sell that for a couple $1,000 to someone in real life. So some real life trading, which in most games is not allowed and not something you're supposed to do. But I think it's happened in CSGO a bunch, and I don't think there's ever been a huge consequence for this. Because some skins are worth more than what you can put it on Steam. So I think it should be okay to sell a skin that's worth $20,000 for $20,000 to someone outside of Steam. But yeah, so CSGO is one of those examples with huge paying skins. And I probably know that it's because it's the gambling aspect in the game. And you can make your money back or make it in that aspect, which I think is why people don't really complain about it too much. Then you can think about a game like Valorant, and then you can reasonably decide, is this skin worth it? These are two first-person shooters that you can compare in skins and say, hey, I would really like this butterfly knife. So I can flip it out, it looks really cool when I inspect it and look at it. You flip it out like this, and your hand does all these crazy things. And then you look at the knife, right? $50 on Valorant. And you're playing CSGO, and you want to play CSGO more. And so you say, hey, I really want to look at buying a butterfly knife on CSGO. And you look at the price tag for a butterfly knife, and I think the cheapest one is like $300. I think. It might be even more. I know it's even crazier for like a karambit. Again, go back to Valorant. Karambit. I think it's like 4,500 Valorant points, which is around $45, $50, right? Again, $50. That's it. Boom. Then you have the skin. You don't have to gamble for it. You don't have to search for a very low price one day. You don't have to do any of that. You just get it for $50. After you buy it, the value of it, there's no value, right? It's kind of just, you know it's $50. You know you paid $50, and that's it. It's, you can't do anything after that. It's just on your account. You have the knife forever. CSGO, go to Karambits, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, however much money it is right now. I think it's around 4, actually, I think. I know some of them go up to like, $1,000, $2,000, even just on Steam. But, these knives, they hold their value, they have their value. They can go down, they can go up, depending on what, these people are going to sell them at. This is the difference in skins in video games and what you think, right? So, Valorant, in my opinion, has done a pretty good job of that. Because there's really only that game, Valorant, and CSGO, with these high quality, expensive skins for guns, right? There's also a game like Fortnite has a few different skins for guns, but nothing as I don't want to bash Fortnite, but nothing as maybe expensive, as detailed as Valorant, CSGO. CSGO more applies a pattern of some sort on your gun, whereas Valorant applies a pattern, an effect, a variant, a color. It adds all these different things for the same type of gun and or knife, even, where you can get different colors of knives, different depending on what your style is, right? Now they do have like another little, in my opinion, kind of a BS way to do that, which is another currency that you have to either grind through a battle pass or farm up freely in the battle pass, or they add these little passes every now and then that you can farm up free of charge, right? And you get points that way. That takes a long time. Getting the battle pass and doing it doesn't take as much of the time. Or you can buy the points for a ton of money, which those points I don't think have ever been reasonably priced on that game. But people still buy them because they just want the effects of their guns sooner, right? I forget how much like 80 points is of what I call R points. They're like the radiant points or whatever. Radianite, or I don't know. But they essentially upgrade your gun and make it look cooler or make it look different. The skin, right? So you buy the skin and then you farm up these points to then upgrade the skin. I think it's a fine way to do it, right? There is a free way to get these points, which is fine. And I do like that, how there's a way to buy them. It's just very expensive in my opinion. I think 80 points is the same price as like a knife in the game. So I would rather just buy the knife than buy the, part of the points to upgrade them, but whatever. So with that being said, you compare these 2 different games, 3 different games, 4 different, however many games you want to compare, and you got to figure out what the true value is of these skins. If you're trying to think of it logically, right? Of, dang, do I really want to spend $50 on this skin? Do I really want to spend $20 on this skin? Do I want to spend $10 on this skin? It's totally up to you, right? And what the reasoning is. If you want to think a little more logically, which I personally don't, but I should in the way I'm talking about it, is just think about the value of the skin at that time, right? So with these, we can go back to Valorant, these champion skins that are out, they have a value, kind of a hidden value of they're going to be gone forever after the bundle's out. And so having the skin is just going to feel nice. You just be like, hey, I have this. It's never going to come back to the shop. Right. I think it's great. It's your own personal value to the skin. It's not a money value. It's just what you think the skin's worth. Or you have a skin like in CSGO where it has a number. You can see the number, and you know how much it's worth. Whether it's 3 cents, whether it's $1,000, it's there. You can see it. It's right in front of you. Now, there's a few other skins we can talk about, so we can kind of drift away from the first person shooter game, right? And we can move over to character skins. And let's say League of Legends, again, go back to Fortnite, and so a game like Overwatch, right? Overwatch is comparative, I think that works. Comparative, I don't know, to CSGO, in my opinion. It's the closest thing to CSGO that offers these types of skins. Now, it's a little different. There isn't that set value. There isn't a number, right, attached to the skins. There's loot boxes. There's cases, essentially. These are way cheaper than CSGO, but there isn't that value. So you open one, boom, you get a few things. Oh, excuse me. You actually get a good amount of things, right? And then boom, that's what's lit out on the table. You get a few things. You have a chance to get something really rare, and then that's it. You don't sell it. You don't sell the skin. You just get the skin in Overwatch. Move to a game like League of Legends. Again, same thing. You get the skin, boom, you have the skin. Now, there are codes in League of Legends that for like rare, like super rare, not available skins anymore, that people do sell online because they have the code, and they'll sell them online, and you simply just look it up, and boom, there's the skin, you pay for it in that aspect. But there really isn't other skins in the game that have an outside value other than what they are in the shop, right? And these skins, hey baby, these skins are the same type of value, right, as like Fortnite skins, in my opinion. You'll see skins for like $25, $35, I think is the most expensive skin in League of Legends, $35-ish, $30. It's actually, I think, closer to plain up, straight up $30. And that's like the rarest skin that you can get that's in the game that you just purchase. Now, is that a reasonable price? I think so. I think it's not too bad. There's only a few skins like that. But most skins you'll see are around $10. Now, let's move on to Fortnite. Same thing. We kind of already mentioned it. $10 for a skin. Your parents are happy. Everyone's happy that you only had to spend $10. As I get older, skins become more of a financial burden, right? Do I want the skin, or do I want to eat dinner? Now, it's simple, right? Eat at home. Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Eat cheap until you have another paycheck, or do whatever, to where you can afford going out and afford the skins at the same time, or save just a little bit of money and eventually get that skin. Or for one time you buy the skin and then you don't buy anything for like a week. You do have to make these financial decisions when you get older. You can't just be a kid and ask for $20. You can, obviously, but not where I'm sitting at. I've got to think and be like, all right, do I have the money for this? Is this going to be something I actually want? And it's been pretty easy to talk myself down from buying something like that. But it typically doesn't happen. Usually when I have my mind on a skin that I'm like, I really want this, I just go ahead and buy it because I want it. It's here. It's right there in front of me. All I got to do is click a button, put some money on my account there, and boom, it's mine. Now, it takes away your money. You do have to pay. And is it worth it? That's up to you to decide. I've been on this thought process of, do I buy these skins? The other day my friends and I checked how much money we really have been spending on Valorant, or have spent on Valorant. My number was quite high. I had some friends that were relatively higher. Not relatively, they just were higher. Kind of substantially higher. And I had some friends who have really not paid anything to the game. There's a lot of mention that I could talk about battle passes and the values of a battle pass. But that's going to be another topic for another day. Skins themselves was the topic here, and to conclude, really, are skins worth it? No.